That was Irina Zuckerman. She's a senior journalist. Now we move on to our next news. In an interview, U.S. President Donald Trump has said that Washington is seeking ways to get people fed and improve conditions on the ground in Gaza. Trump has accused Hamas of stealing and reselling aid, but said that he had not yet been briefed by U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff on his visit to a site run by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. However, he still praised Witkoff's efforts and called them great work. The visit comes amid growing discussions around humanitarian assistance for Gaza. Witkoff has said that his visit to the American-backed aid station is a part of a broader effort to develop a plan to increase humanitarian aid deliveries to the Palestinian territory. Meanwhile, in Gaza, some Palestinians have said that they were cautiously optimistic about Witkoff's visit, while others were less hopeful. Let's listen in to what they had to say.
في حالنا احنا اولادنا بتموتوا من الجوع بننامش من الخوف ايش بدنا يعني جاي ايش يعمل هو انا مش فاهمه لحد الان جاي ايش يعمل جاي يعطينا اكل احنا كمان الامريكيه اللي بيحكوا عنها امريكيه ما شفناهاش بدنا يخلص الحرب بدناش احنا هذه الزيارات بس عشان يجيبوا لنا اكل ناكل
والله بنتمنى يكون في بوادر خير بزيادة لنا نتمنى من الله انه يوقف الحرب والمجاعة المأساوية يعني هو جاي يشوف انظار جاي يشوف كيف وضع غزة ان شاء الله بيشوف وضع غزة وصدق ان اهل غزة ميتين من الجوع فعليا ميتين.
Now we're joined by Ali M. Abushbak. He's a Middle East researcher, joins us live from Cairo. Thank you, Ali, for joining us again. Good to see you. Now, despite some cautious optimism from Palestinians, others are also less hopeful about this impact of U.S. aid efforts. What does this reveal about the broader mistrust towards U.S.'s involvement in Gaza?
Thank you, Osama, for having me. In fact, this visiting, it's a controversial visit from Witkoff, especially he's leading the conversation between Hamas and Israel. And according to Palestinian, American as a mediator between Palestinian and Israel for peace process has lost its credibility and lost the trust from Palestinian. Especially America has a biasness with Israel and fully funded Israel in this current war and supporting Israel by the weapon and bombardment that Israel used to bomb the Palestinian in Gaza. Today morning, Witkoff, he visited the site of a humanitarian zone, and according to international law, according to Human Rights International Organization, they describe it as the death trap for the Palestinian. More than 1,000 Palestinians have been killed. So also since the day one of Donald Trump during his official day in his office, he claimed that the war it will go to stop, and he obliged the Palestinian and Israelis community to stop the war and hold the war in Gaza and reach to ceasefire between Hamas and Israel. But unfortunately, he couldn't, and he failed for this duty. As the simultaneously also about the war in Ukraine and Russia. And today, yesterday, he gave a deadline for Putin to stop the war. I guess Donald Trump and this visiting helping Israelis community, helping Israelis government coalition, and particularly Benjamin Netanyahu, after the huge pressure from international community about the discrimination of humanitarian aid in Gaza and the crisis about the starvation in Gaza, while Israel claims that it's allowing for the humanitarian aid into Gaza, and there is still starvation in Gaza. Simultaneously, Israelis minister, they deny the starvation in Gaza, and they consider what is happening on the ground. And this picture and footage have been leaked from Gaza. It's propaganda and AI generated, despite all the media forensic confirmed this picture and this footage is true and it's real from Gaza, not also has been used from previous conflict or from other from other zone conflict. So the thing is, this visit, it's meaningless. It's supporting Israel, and Donald Trump, his testimony and his statement about Witkoff, he's doing a great job, and yes, he's doing a great job just to support Israel, even not to support the desperate Palestinian and who's suffering from starvation and suffering from malnourished. So United Nations consider among 5 children from Gaza, one of them suffering from malnutrition in Gaza. So that situation is completely difficult on the ground, and we have seen the testimony of the resumed American soldier. He served in Gaza, what they call it, Gaza Humanitarian Function, and he considered, and he, according to his testimony, that Israel deliberately targeting the civilian. And Israel has the traditional excuses and justifying for its action on the ground, that Hamas using the Palestinian as a human shield. We have seen several of pictures that Israelis troops using the civilians in Gaza as a human shield, and there is no one proof or evidence about Israelis' claims about Hamas using a human being in Gaza as a shelter. At the same time, also, we have seen the aggression of the Israeli settlement in West Bank, which badly criticized from the international community. And on the ground situation, just now, around 15 persons have been killed in Zakim corridor after the visit of Witkoff. 15 persons who are seeking for collecting food in Gaza. The desperate people who are suffering from starvation, Israel have been targeting them and killing them in Zakim corridor in northern part of Gaza. So all of that supporting, and this visit supporting Israel, all of this testimony and the statement, it's only supporting Benjamin Netanyahu. And we have seen that Donald Trump, during the quote for Benjamin Netanyahu, he said, we are going to save Benjamin Netanyahu as we saved Israel after the war with Iran in last month.
Ali, thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you very much for joining us, Ali Bushbak, that's Middle East researcher. Now we move on to our next news. Thank you very much. The White House is doubling down on